day. Dak Prescott, they got the W yesterday in a dominant fashion, but before the game even began, one of the biggest players in one of the biggest sports in our world signed one of the biggest deals you will ever see in sports. The first $60 million man. It may not come when you want it, but it'll be there right on time. That's what they say in the church now. Shady McCoy, get it started, big dog. Was it the right move for the Cowboys to make Dak Prescott the highest paid? Let's get to it.
Football's back.
It's back, baby.
Football's back.
It is back.
Now, ladies and gentlemen out there, my voice, Eagles had a good game. I'm going side to side in the bar. You know how that is.
Just make
I'm going to say it's the right move, right? Dak Prescott did have a MVP type of caliber year last year. All pro, hard to do. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's what the market is. The market is the next quarterback should jump over the next one, right? And they look at the market, you got Joe Burrow, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, and Tua. He should jump over them guys. Only thing with Dak Prescott is, and I hate to gotta be a but, but it's a but. We know what he's gonna give you. So you're making him highest paid quarterback of all time and all that, right? And you give him all this money, but we know what to expect. 12 wins, good season, maybe an all-pro, but we get in the playoffs, Dak Prescott is not there no more. We watch that over and over and over again. He gets there and he don't win. And when he is getting there, he looks the worst. The Niners game, the Packers game. I can keep going forever. I mean, let's talk about this for a second, though. Where's my notes at? Because
You got to make sure he gets his point in.
No. I don't want to hate on Dak, but a guy like Troy Aikman, he's really, really good for the Cowboys, right? I don't know if he's the most talented, but he's really, really good. And he's making more than his whole career in 1 year. Way more losses. I don't want to get into that Troy Aikman, Dak Prescott. All I'm saying is, if I'm giving you a certain amount of money, I want some different type of results. And I feel like every year with the Cowboys, he's going to give you the same results. Good regular season, bad postseason.
Do you think he deserves $5 million more a year than Joe Burrow, Jordan Love, and Trevor Lawrence, though? That's a lot.
I mean, I would say, like Trevor Lawrence is okay, right? We see what he did this weekend. Yeah, look good, and then the Trevor Lawrence shows up. Jordan Love, young, new, so I get what I'm saying. Only thing about Dak is you 2-5 in the playoffs. That's not good enough for me to get $6 million a year.
I think, Chase, right move. I think paying Dak Prescott was the right move. I think it was the wrong time. If you wanted to pay Dak Prescott and make him the highest paid, why not do that 3 months ago and do it for $55 million instead of doing it for $60 million? If you want to give Dak Prescott $60 million, good, you should. Why not do it at the end of the season when you're more sure about the money that you're going to give him and about the player that he is? You've already seen him for 8 years, but maybe at the end of the season, he would do what Jared Goff did for the Lions and take the Cowboys further than they've gone in 30 years. Paying Dak Prescott was absolutely the right move. It was simply the wrong time. You could have paid Dak Prescott 3 months ago and saved $5 million. You could have paid CeeDee Lamb 4 months ago and saved $4 million. But instead, you make it bad for Dak. You make it bad for your fan base. You make it bad for you, Jerry Jones. I do believe right move, absolutely the right move. But James, Chase, wrong time.
So we had Stephen Jones on our podcast, actually, Athletic, Scoop City podcast, 3 months ago. Okay, or a couple months ago. And he was talking about, are you able to pay Dak Prescott? Are you able to pay CeeDee Lamb? Are you able to pay Micah Parsons? They just didn't have enough money. I'm telling you right now, Dak Prescott would not have taken $55 million 3 months ago. There's no way. That's not what was going to happen. Stephen Jones was more worried about, and his quote was, we have to play Houdini to be able to sign CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott. Micah's up, right? They don't got to do him this year, but he's up. They're playing Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb over this $350 million between two players. There's a salary cap. Guys, forget that. There's a salary cap. You still got to pay Micah. So just to put in a little context, I want to get that in because I agree. Like, my thought was like, maybe if they don't pay him now, like it would be less expensive, but it'd be the same.
So how was they able to pay him? Where the money come from?
It's thin air, baby. It's just grabbing it, man. It's Jerry Jones. He got deep pockets. You know that.
Okay, Jerry.
James, where you at though with that?
Was
Was it the right move to pay Dak Prescott, sir?
Absolutely. We always talk, when you have a franchise quarterback, we always talk relevance, right? So, yes, I understand Dak Prescott in the playoffs. He has not performed well in the playoffs. But with Dak Prescott under center, the Cowboys are relevant. They 12 wins, 12 wins, 12 wins. They give themselves a shot to be in the playoffs. It's a couple quarterbacks that's not good in the playoffs, but their teams are relevant. This was a must-do for the Dallas Cowboys. You signed your franchise wide receiver. You got to make sure you lock up your franchise quarterback to at least give yourself a chance. And maybe one of these years he breaks through. I agree with Shady, too. I understand. Dak Prescott is going, right now, his track record says in the playoffs, this is what you are going to get. Yeah. That doesn't scream $60 million. Regular season, what you do get paid off screams $60 million. And the Dallas Cowboys are relevant and in the playoffs. They had to do it. It was a smart move for the Dallas Cowboys to do it, especially before the season. Dak Prescott going into that game knowing that, hey, my future's good, I'm good, let's go play some football.
I'll show you. Acho, come with me.
Where we going to
go?
go?
All right, man, we're going to show you and show the people why Dak Prescott deserves the $60 million. And sometimes it's not all about the physical attributes. Let's throw it up here. Sometimes it's about the mental fortitude when things go wrong in the game for you to get it right. Acho, what do we see right here, man?
So right now, I'm the linebacker for the Cleveland Browns. If I'm Jordan Hicks, I see the Cowboys come out and empty. So I'm pointing to the sky. What I am doing is alerting the entire defense. We are getting out of our normal play call, and we are going to our empty check. Defensively, we talk about during the week, if the offense comes out and empty meaning every single eligible receiver is out wide and nobody's in the backfield, we're going to an empty check, and that is what you see the Cleveland Browns defense doing to Dak Prescott.
This is exactly what happens, right? So as you know, Acho just said, hey, if you're defense and I'm checking, okay, you're checking to a cover zero, guess what? I'm going to one-up you right now.
Uh-oh.
Watch Dak Prescott right here, all right, as soon as this plays. Watch him bring this guy in. All right, he's already checked to a cover zero beater.
Why did he bring this guy in?
He brought this guy in to get these two guys confused right here. They are not sure how to pass it off, and you're going to see the confusion down here with these three receivers.
Okay.
He just brings a little emotion. Acho, I can't tell you how many times a quarterback practices this. You have a cover zero check. You fix the protection, which Dak Prescott did. He moved the tight end into max protect right there. He moved him in. And then you say, signal, hey, let's go to this three receiver concept.
Gotcha.
All right, it happens. You do it in practice time and time again. I can remember like 3 times in my career in 14 years, whether Drew Brees, Alex Smith, whatever it is, they actually got the check to happen in the game. So Dak has been practicing this all year long. Now watch this concept right here. All you're gonna have is a corner route. You're gonna have an in by CD and in right there.
Chase, let me tell you something. The hardest route to defend in the red zone as a defensive player is a 7 route. That's the corner route he's talking about. You ain't got no help out there but the pylon. That's the only thing that can save you is that end zone.
So this is the 7 route right here, but I do want to point out, Acho, that all these guys are off. And as you know, as a quarterback, you can understand that they are in cover zero by 2 things. The first thing is 6 to 8 yards off. Yep, 6 to 8 yards off. Yep, 6 to 8 yards off. Yes, I think it's cover zero, but they have to play inside leverage because there's nothing.
Ain't no help in there.
There's no help, right? Inside leverage, inside leverage, inside leverage. So not only does Dak check the protection, okay, not only does Dak check the play, watch this throw. Watch this throw right here. He drifts. First of all, that dude should not be coming scot-free right there. The offensive line messed that up. They messed it up. Left tackle should squeeze down. It's called a sift. He's got to go. You got to let the outside guy go. Brandon Cooks run right by. Pandemonium in the secondary. Everyone's freaking out.
Everybody's confused. And Chase, so let me ask you this. What was even more impressive than the physical, you're telling me, was the mental by Dak Prescott. We saw a $60 million mind, if you will.
Look at this. And that's what I'm talking about. You practice this time and time again as an offensive play call. Everyone's all in. And you're sitting back there and Dak, you're like, this is never, ever going to come up, Chase. It's never going to happen. Guess what? Week 1, he proved that he deserves the $60 million.
Let me talk to my offensive guys, Chase. Let's head back to the desk. Really well done.
That's wow. That's really wow.
James Jones. James, let me go to you first. How difficult would you say execution? Because obviously you and Shady, y'all are there during the course of the week. You walk through it. You know what I mean? Mike McCarthy simply saying, hey, when you see them check and go to a zero pressure, we need to walk through this. But when you execute it on game day, how much joy at least contentment do you have as a wide receiver? Like, okay, bet, we finally executed it. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, you get a little joy from it, but I mean, I mean, certain plays always work. Man. You always prepare for it. And I think the main thing is right, you see Dak Prescott ready for that play because that's not the first time the Cleveland Browns signaled empty. They seen that play. They seen him go like that last season. Hey, get to your empty check and all that. So Dak Prescott knew what was happening. But it lets you know that, man, when you prepare the right way and you get to the football field and it happens the way it happens, and you like, dang, man, like, we went through walkthrough on this. We went through, you know what I mean, all this on this. But I could play for Coach Mike right now because that play call is Indy, right?
Yes.
You got 2 in routes on the outside, and Brandon Cook has the opportunity to run the post. If the safety's outside of him, if the safety inside of him, he take the corner, and it's Indy. Easy empty check, right? Because if Dak Prescott, look, it's empty, they off at 7, you don't like Brandon Cooks, just come to one of your in routes right now, ball out there.
I'm not gonna let y'all keep doing this, all right? Like, because we all play the game, right?
Yeah.
And when you prepare for a team, we say, okay, we get in the red zone, it's 3rd and such downs.
Yeah.
They might bring this. So we acting like they didn't prep this. I'm sure the meeting room, when we get to the goal line or the red zone, they might send an all-out blitz. That happens, though. And they see it from other teams. So, okay, we're going to check to this. So I know we want to praise Dak since he got paid, and I'm with that. I'm cool with that. But let's be real to the viewers.
Yeah.
The second thing is, y'all think this is what gets you $60 million?
One of the many.
You know what I'm saying? The problem is like,
highlighting one of the many.
we overlooking like, what's the real problem here? The problem is if Dak Prescott can see a blitz or not. The problem is not if he can't check to a certain call.
Yeah.
That's not the issue. The issue is when the game's on the line, right? Elite versus elite, playoff time.
You in the facility.
You win or you go home.
You in the
right? We in the facility. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I don't want to care about you winning regular season games that don't really matter.
Got you.
Right? So a good defense with a bad quarterback, Bear or Browns, the best player on the game is not even playing for them, Nick Chubbs, right? I'm not trying to hate, I'm just keeping it honest.
Yeah.
We got to stop giving everybody this love just because they're doing good. We need to see what happens in the postseason.
So would you have
roast.
waited? Would you, if you were Jerry, after waiting all offseason, you
might lose him.
Would you have waited until the end of the season to see what Dak Prescott does to get him
Yes,
$60 million?
because what changes? You know what?
He's a free agent is what changes. The price goes up.
Yeah, cool. The problem is, right? We seen this before. We paid him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Win some games, losing the playoffs. Okay? Fast forward, we back at it again. We paid him again. He's gonna win some games. You guys on TV say how great he is. We get to the playoffs.